What? Bang!
Whoa! Wrestling podcast. Just when they think they got the answers, I change the question.
Rep screwed rep.
Yeah. Woo!
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Did he do it? Oh, kick out. Unbelievable.
I'm too hot to handle and too cold to hold. And I am Macho King Savage.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty. I said WWE stands for... It's me, Austin. I will never retire.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey, yo, Fro Wrestling Podcast listeners, welcome to the show. We don't sing it, we bring it. Help us out and click subscribe to show your support. Hey, look, are you sick and tired of dropping $60 to $100 for the latest and greatest wrestling video game? Stop immediately. Go to Wrestler Unstoppable, totally free. Create a wrestler, sign contracts, get into storylines, headline PLEs, even build your own corporation, all included in Wrestler Unstoppable, available now, totally free at app.wrestlerunstoppable.com. Hey, look, if you want to become a member of the Fro Wrestling Podcast family and you want your name in the shoutouts like my good buddy John in Texas, then swing over to patreon.com/Fro Wrestling Podcast. Sign up today. We've got a loyalty rewards program. If you contribute $15 a month, you can co-host a show with me, $7.50 a month, enter you into a drawing to do the exact same thing. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Fro Wrestling Podcast. If you've got questions, comments, something you want us to touch on in the future episode, give me a call, 267-642-1160, which is the Fro Wrestling Sound Off line, and I will get to those questions, comments, or concerns in a future episode. Tonight, we got all sorts of tidbits and news around the world of professional wrestling. We're going to get into all of that ahead of Monday Night Raw. Tonight's show should be jam-packed, lots of things to talk about, the return of Roman Reigns, big matches on the card, and at the end of the day, we're on the heels of the America 250 UFC event last night where Roman Reigns and Triple H were in the front row, so I'm sure there's going to be some fan reaction to that. Good, bad, or indifferent, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But let's get into the wrestling world. First off, piggybacking off of a previous episode, word was that there was a return coming to TNA Wrestling for Slammiversary, and now it has been made official. TNA has confirmed that the Amazing Red will make his return to the promotion in the TNA X Division Championship match. It is going to be so exciting to see him. It's been quite a while since we've seen him in TNA Wrestling. 2011 was the last time he stepped into a ring there. He has been basically the promoter and trainer at GCW for a significant period of time. So this is a great opportunity to see, really, in terms of TNA wrestling, a legendary performer, and it'll be great to see him in the ring. Drew McIntyre, somebody we haven't seen recently in a wrestling ring since WrestleMania, where he lost to Jacob Fatu, was scheduled to be back very soon after filming Highlander and doing all the post-production and all of that. Now, he is filming a new film called The Last Druid. This is a Irish Roman Empire time period film where he'll be teaming up with Russell Crowe for the third time. This is the third time in a movie he's going to be appearing with Russell Crowe. Filming this now, and it's almost Gladiator-esque. This is a quarter century after Gladiator, where the Roman Empire is still in command, and Russell Crowe's trying to defend his people against this Roman Empire's expansion. But great to see Drew McIntyre getting some opportunities in Hollywood. I think he does a fantastic job at that. So I don't know if this will delay his return to WWE more than what was already planned. But if you were thinking about when he would be back, the word is there are plans for him at SummerSlam. So I would imagine across sometime in the next 2 to 3 weeks, he's going to have to come back and do something of substance. Now, which brand he goes to, I'm not sure. I'll be honest with you. After WrestleMania, he was on SmackDown. The word is CM Punk is going to SmackDown. I would not be opposed to Drew McIntyre going to Raw for a very specific feud. I've mentioned this before. I would give anything to see Drew McIntyre versus Oba Femi. I think that is, for me, right now, a dream match that I don't really hear anybody talking about. To me, that is probably more so for me than the Brock Lesnar fight at Mania was, simply for the fact that Drew McIntyre is at peak physical condition. He looks amazing. The two of those guys, and Drew, no offense to Brock, a lot of people don't realize this, Brock Lesnar can really go as a wrestler in the ring. WWE just doesn't want him to do that. Go back and take a look at his OVW stuff, where he was doing shooting star presses and all sorts of wrestling and grappling and normal professional wrestling holds. They shut that down. He's Mr. Suplex City and all big moves, and that's it now. That's a WWE decision. It's not that he couldn't do those things. Drew McIntyre, on the other hand, is always doing that kind of stuff, and I think a Drew McIntyre-Obafemi feud would be something I would absolutely love to see. Got to shout out Alex Windsor and Will Osprey. They are in the news because the beautiful news of the week is the two of them finally have had the opportunity to get married. They posted photos on X of their wedding ceremony. Congratulations to the bride and groom. I know it's a long time coming, and I'm sure it's been difficult with them being in the United States, touring with AEW, going to Japan here and there. It's nice to see them get their opportunity to have their flowers and have their ceremony. Congratulations again to them. Got to jump into some Dave Meltzer conversation for the week. There's been all sorts of rumors about CM Punk going on for the last week or so. Dave Meltzer made it very clear there is no immediate plan, nor will there anytime in the near future be a plan for CM Punk to return to AEW. He actually said something to the effect of perhaps 4 years down the line when he's 51 years old, if he burns a bridge at WWE or upsets somebody, then maybe he could think about making a return to AEW at that point, but there's so much bad blood there that it's not realistic right now to even consider that. And if you take a look at the length of contract he has with WWE, he still has a substantial amount of time with the corporation. He's not leaving anytime soon. They're not going to cut him. They're not going to take a chance with a contract like that to let him go elsewhere. And even if they did, I really don't think Tony Khan wants to work with him right now. Anyways, certainly not when you have other things. For example, when you have people like Jack Perry negotiating their new contract with AEW, Jack Perry being with the company since 2019. In this run, he's been FTW champion, he's been tag team champion, TNT champion, national champion. So Jack Perry's done quite a bit in AEW. Would not be surprised to see him get a world championship opportunity at some point in the future. But if you're going to be signing people like him, I don't really see a world for CM Punk to return, since the bad blood really is between the two of them more than anybody, even the elite in some way, shapes, and forms. So we're going to have to wait and see. I don't think we're going to see a CM Punk return anytime soon. Some more WWE news. Alea Mysterio. If you remember way back when Buddy Murphy had that storyline with her in WWE, she's finally finished up her degree in human biology from UC San Diego. It was a condition that Rey Mysterio put in place. He would not prepare her for the ring or let her go to the PC until she had finished her degree. Well, she has done that and basically finished up last year and went to Rey Mysterio and was like, here you go. Now let's do this. And I guess from what he was saying, he's done a few stints here and there, a couple weeks here and there training her, and now she's on her way to the Performance Center. She's going to throw down in the Performance Center. He looks like she's got the bug and she's taken to it so naturally. So it may not be very long before we see the newest addition to the Mysterio family make their appearance for WWE programming. And I got to get to one other thing that's both interesting and frustrating and exciting all at the same time, depending on what you believe is going to happen. But New Japan Pro Wrestling held their Dominion show over the weekend. 5 championship changes at the show, including the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Callum Newman, who apparently injured his shoulder during the main event, losing the championship to Yota Tsuji. This is his second reign with the championship. If you remember, he is the one who dethroned Konosuke Takeshita back at Wrestle Kingdom. And then afterwards, the new champion declaring that he is not going to defend the IWGP Championship at Forbidden Door. He does not want to participate. He feels like AEW has gotten the better side of the deal here when it comes to their working relationship with AEW and New Japan, and he doesn't want to be a part of that. He wants to continue to build the brand that he's a part of. And what's interesting about this is a good friend of his, Will Osprey, a former IWGP champion in his own right, kind of called him out for it. He's like, listen, when I was IWGP champion, I wanted to tour the world, face the best there is out there, and really showcase why that brand and him as a wrestler himself are top notch, are some of the best in the world. And I think at some point he said it sounds a little bit like he was, what did he say? Insecure, I believe is the word he used for for the situation. I would love to see these two go at it for that championship. Now, the only concern I have is I don't want to see Will Osprey take a loss or see any schmoz endings for Will Osprey until we get to Wembley, where I am very confident he's going to win the Owen Hart and challenge MJF for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. If that is indeed the case, it would add another layer of intrigue if he was IWGP World Heavyweight Champion and was defending that belt in a champion versus champion, title for title match at All In. But we're going to have to wait and see if they pull the trigger on that, because New Japan will be putting a lot of trust in AEW to do that. And at some point, let's assume that Will Ospreay would win that and become a dual champion. AEW would have to be understanding of the fact that at some point Will Ospreay has to lose the New Japan Championship back, the IWGP Championship, back to somebody in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I don't know if Tony Khan's going to want to do that with Will Ospreay. So, going to have to wait and see how things work out. I did think it was interesting to see some of Will Ospreay's commentary about the situation, stating that at Wrestle Kingdom, a lot of the AEW talent that went there to work are the reason that Wrestle Kingdom was as successful as it was. People like Kazuchika Okada going back for Hiroshi Tanahashi's final match, Kenny Omega returning, they all supported that card. We already know that Zack Sabre Jr. is coming to Forbidden Door to face Kenny Omega in what's going to be a banger of a match, and that card needs to start filling out. And I think that this maybe, I suspect that the statement was genuine, but there may be some kayfabe in there as well, where we're setting up a match between Osprey and Tajui for I always pronounce his name wrong, Tsuji, for the IWGP Championship. Would be a great match. I'd love to see it. We'll have to see what happens from there. That's all the time we have for this episode. Check back with us next episode for the latest wrestling news and rumors. Special thanks as always to Suno for creating the music and sound effects we use in our show. Special thanks as always to our sponsor, Beezle Games. They bring a new game to family game night. It's really easy with their game called Sketchy People. Showcase your artistic side in this game from Beezle Games by going to thegamecrafter.com and picking up your copy today. If you're looking for your next career move, maybe you're considering college or university life, maybe you just need some formal training for your next career decision, go to our website at frolifeplanning.com for all your higher education needs, as Fro Life Educational Planning is for today, for tomorrow, and for life with Fro Life. I'm Fred Froelich, better known as Dr. Fro. I want to thank you for taking some time with us tonight. Until next time, take care, everybody. Have a great night.
Podcast.